Hello and welcome to the 1875 talk show. This is the match review for Birmingham City versus Huddersfield. And well, it's 3 points for the Blues, 2-1. The game ended 2-1. Before I get into the video, please like, share and subscribe. Also, I just want to point this out, which I saw on Facebook. That's Paul Richardson's company being advertised at the Blues. It's interesting. I'm not going to say anything for or against it. I just want to point it out. Right, okay, what a game that was. I'm sweating in place I didn't even know existed. Squad started off, first half, completely unchanged from the Luton game. Within 4 minutes, Placheta had a shot stopped on the line. In my opinion, it looked like it went over, but the ref said it didn't. Less than a minute later, Bakuna running down the right, quick crossing, Hogan headed it right in the back of the net. You saw the net balls. St Andrews went absolutely batshit. It was brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. We held our line really well. The formation was really good. The press was fantastic. We did let Huddersfield play out from the back, but to be honest, we capitalised whenever we could. 20th minute was the first yellow card. It was Thomas for Huddersfield. 23rd minute, they did have a shot from John Ruffles, but saved really well from John Ruddy. 32nd minute, another yellow card for Russell, and we just continued the pressure. Placheta, shortly after Placheta, I think it was 45th minute, just before first half ended, Placheta scored a great goal. Colin had a flick over ball to Hogan, who ran it into the box, crossed it over, which just went over the head of Deeney. James, the initial shot, which was blocked but landed really nicely for Placheta. 45th minute, ball in the back of the net. First half was really good, kept our shape really well, didn't sit back when we got the first goal, kept pressing, kept the line high, which was working really well. It wasn't like last season where we'd score one, sit back and let them score 7. You could really see in the first half what those goals meant to Deeney. He'd worked his nuts off in that first half. He's always a player that plays his heart on his sleeve. And whether you like him or don't like him, you've got to admit he plays his soul out on the pitch. You can see that he's been working really hard during the first time. He was completely knackered come the second half, but he really did well. Our defence was solid all the way through the first half. Trusty, Sanderson and Roberts held the line really well. If I had to pick a gripe, Roberts gave away a few corners that I don't think should be corners, but to be honest, I'm not a professional footballer. I'm just a blue nose with a bike and a gob. Second half, no change to either side, but Huddersfield came out with a buck to bear, and Thomas scuffed his shot wide at the 54th. And then, unfortunately, 60th minute, Huddersfield scored with Danny Ward. Since the start of the second half, Huddersfield had to turn the pressure on. And you could see the wavering disbelief. Huddersfield, normally this last season, as soon as the goal went in, normally last season, the Blues players started to lose faith in a lot of what they were doing and belief in themselves. Then, unfortunately, there was a free kick just outside the box, but luckily smacked straight into the wall by Thomas. There was a few other good bits where Placheta tracked his man all the way back and passed it, and then Austin Trusty had to great bit of defending, just booted the ball. Huddersfield was really trying to stretch our back line, really applying the pressure on. At that point, honestly, you could see there was a massive difference between the first and second half performance. It's like two different teams. The shape had completely fell apart. There was no composure. Our lads were just slashing at things instead of taking their time. You could see in the 65th, Deeney was running around he was saying, calm down, we've got this. Huddersfield really woken up. It was literally like two completely different teams that were on since the first half. Ball fell nicely to Bakuna in the 69th and had 3 men on him and still got a nice shot off. Unfortunately, it was saved. Corner from Thomas for Huddersfield bounced around in the box before Deeney sliding in for the clearance. At the 70th minute, Blues started to regain their composure. 73rd minute, Deeney came off for Jordan Graham. In the 81st, Scotty Hogan came off for Lucas Jukovic. In the 88th, Placheta came off for George Friend after a really good shift from Placheta. Honestly, for me, man of the match is between him and Jordan James. Both worked their nuts off, but I'd have to give it to Placheta. And on a personal note, it was absolutely fantastic to hear the Blues fans singing their hearts out. You couldn't tell that half the stands were closed. It was like a packed house. It was amazing. 5 minutes additional time, which I think was 2 minutes too long. And look, unfortunately for Bakuna in the 91st, he did get a ball booted in his spuds. To be fair, I'd have dropped like a sack of spuds as well, so I don't blame him doing it. But then a minute later, he not only ran around one player, not two players, not even three players, but he ran around four players to get the ball from the halfway line to their goal, and took a shot. Unfortunately, the keeper just kept it out. And then a few seconds later, Bakuni gets the ball back and passed it to Trusty, who again took another shot. And Trusty was in for a man of the match shout as well because he played really well, in my opinion. But again, the keeper saved it, but he did fumble it for a corner. And then, honestly, the lads just kept the ball in the corner of their area for the next minute or so. Brilliant to see, brilliant performance. First half was much better than the second half. I think the second half, if we'd have stuck to our guns, stuck to our formation and stuck to the positions we meant to be in straight after the second half, that goal wouldn't have gone in and we'd have had a clean sheet. John really did really well. That goal was just too far away from him. It wasn't. I can't say it was anyone's fault because Huddersfield really did work the goal very well. It wasn't like we shut down or anything. It was just a well worked goal. But it was really nice to see Blues scoring two, not only two, but two from open play as well, and coming away with 3 points. You know, this isn't the Blues from last season. This is a new Blues. And as it currently stands, Birmingham City are top of the table. So I'm quite okay to call the league now. I don't know what you lads think, but I'm okay calling the league now. I think that's it. We call the league, job done. But yeah, really good game. Really happy with it. I will again like to mention that Paul Richardson's company is showing at St Andrews now. I wonder if that's something to do with the fact that he's meant to give a couple of million to Blues in I think in September. I think he's meant to give a mil or so to Blues. I wonder if that's a part of the deal. I don't know, but yeah, that's interesting. But yeah, really good game. Really happy to see. Really happy for the 3 points. Thank you very much for coming along to the 1875 Talk Show. Please again like, share, and subscribe. It really does help the channel out, and I think we're on 145 subs right now, which is amazing. Thank you again, and I will see you all on the next one. Bye, guys.